have you ever cut a lawn like that, like a golf course cut?
Never.
No. So this is a learning experience. So you've got John starting his own lawn care business. You got about 15 customers or so.
Yes, sir.
And this is a real good learning experience. Work with a pain in the ass like me, someone who's real detail oriented. Look at this type of lawn and go, dude, this is insane. This is insane. And we're out here, we're edging. All my little rules where when we blow the grass, we don't blow the crap back on the grass. We blow it down if we have to pick it up. All my little crazy rules. This is that little yard care insanity line that you cross at some point in your life.
Yes, sir.
When you get old. So anyways, it's a good experience for him. The front yard's looking really good.
It came back quick.
Yeah, it came back really quick.
This is a week and a half after scalping it, and it's fully healthy.
Yeah, so Ryan's saying it was a week and a half after our scalp. Again, I put down PGF Balance, put down PGF Complete, and then about 7 days later, I hit it with Green Shocker and Dirt Booster, and I'm going to hit it again with Green Shocker and Dirt Booster. But that just looks fabulous. The backyard, different story. That's just insane, isn't it? It just looks great. I'm back to being happy. Now, is it perfect? No. There's a couple little brown spots on here, but hey, it's tough being anal. Morning, guys. So I've been promising this video for a long time, and it's the rehabilitation of a lawn that just looks horrible. Look at all these browns. See all these bare spots? And you guys know that my lawn is always perfect. But we abandoned this lawn for 2 months. We shut off all treatments, we shut off all water. And today what I'm going to do is we're going to finally show you the recovery. The front is recovering great. The back, not so much. So if you have some of these problems, hold on, I'll go over it real quick. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump right to how you fix your lawn. And then what I'll do is I'll show you some of the footage of us actually out here cutting. John is a new guy that's working for me. He's actually working out at the farm, and he has his own little lawn care business that he's starting up. And so I'm bringing him over here to help because guess who's going to law school? Ryan's going to law school soon. So I'm losing my assistant out here. So I figured, since John's already out there working out at the farm and he has his lawn care business, and he said, man, I'd love to come over and learn. So I brought him over here and we're learning. First, we cover so much of this in the lawn guides, especially when it comes to grubs, when it comes to fixing your lawn, fixing your ugly lawn. So go to freelawncareguide.com. If you have a Bermuda grass, azalea grass, or any cool season grass, the guides cover almost every subject. It's in there. And there's no app, there's no sign up, there's no email. Use them. Next, any product that I'm talking about or that I'm using, in the description below, there's one link. It'll all be on that page, including the lawn care guides. So after you're done watching the video, go to the link and everything will be on that page. Okay, so before I begin, I want to really strongly emphasize, if you have a lawn that has these big brown patches, or even if it's just bare spots, I really want you to check for grubs. That could be the #1 reason. When I start to see these brown patches like I've got out here, my immediate attention is grubs, because here's what happens. You have your grass and grubs go in and eat the roots. Well, when the roots are cut off, guess what happens? The lawn up above it dies. So when you have these big brown patches, there's a very, very good chance you have grubs, and you need to treat heavy. I mean, treat it hard. I mean, put it out and even possibly do 2 different separate treatments of different products. I don't care. Kill the grubs if you've got them. You can dig up a patch. I show you in the lawn guides. I show you how to fold back the lawn and look for grubs and test for them. Typically, when we see the little spots all over, that's usually more of a fungus. When you see little brown spots all over the place, that's typically more of a fungus, like a dollar spot or something like that. But when you get these larger patches that are sort of in together, that's usually grubs. So be careful of that. Also, I just did a video about grubs and armyworms. This time of year, if your lawn's starting to look weak in areas, check for armyworms. So watch that video. But on this recovery project, there's something that you have to understand, and regardless of the products that you're going to put down or what I recommend, you got to have water. And that's one of the reasons why this lawn shut down, is because we left for over 2 months and we shut the irrigation system off. We just shut it off, and we had a drought, we had extreme temperatures, and guess what happens? Your lawn basically goes into a period of almost dormancy. It pulls back and shuts down and says, no way, dude, I am not putting energy into growth. And so that's where you can get a lot of these brown patches. So when I go look at areas of my lawn that are like high up on a hill or they're naturally dry areas, they're dead and brown. When I go to the deep areas where the water sort of accumulates in pools, they're a lot greener. So water is a huge factor in this. And once you start putting your products down, you have got to commit to water, water, water. And it can be expensive. So I'm just telling you, don't complain about the price of products. Your water is going to be expensive. And you've got to have irrigation. You can't rely on Mother Nature. If you want to recover a lawn, you've got to get water on it. Next, what we really want to do is we really want to push this lawn hard. Look, warm season lawns especially love the heat. Zoysia and Bermuda loves the heat. As long as there's water, you can put down fertilizer, you can really push it, and that's what we're doing with the front. And you're going to see that recovery on the front today. You know, we scalped it down to almost bare dirt, and it looked horrible when we came home. And right now, I'm really happy with it. It looks really, really nice. Now, the backyard's a different story. This backyard has a ton of just bare areas that I could probably go ahead and push it, but it would probably take a good 3, 4, or 5 weeks to get this lawn to recover. And so what we may do next week, I may come back out here and do a heavy core aeration, do a scarify, and actually put out something like a Yukon, a real high-end hybrid Bermuda seed. Now, I've told you, and in the lawn guides, I cover this. If you have a Bermuda lawn, you don't go to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy seed. You have to buy a high-end, hybrid, replicated seed, and that's what I'm going to do. You don't want to put down common Bermuda. In the big box stores, they do not sell that stuff. They sell common Bermuda. So you go to the lawn guides and learn about that. But basically, all we're going to do is we're going to hit it with water. We're going to push it. We're going to put down PGF Balance. We're going to put down PGF Complete. Yes, 2 on top of each other. Because look, they're mild fertilizers. PGF Balance is a 10-10-10 all fast release. It's only 10% nitrogen. So I can put it out, and then I can come back with a little bit slower release, PGF Complete, which is a 16-4-8, 16% nitrogen. It's not that strong. Come right on top of it. So I'm not out here dumping a 30-05 on my lawn. I'm actually putting out 2 coats of light mild fertilizer. Then what I'm doing is I'm coming back and I'm going to hit it with Green Shocker and Dirt Booster every single week until this lawn gets to the point that I like it. And then I'll sort of stop, maybe put out some PGF slow release and just leave it alone. But the backyard, there's definitely a chance that I may throw some seed down here. So that's what I'm doing. That's what you can do. You really have, if you have bare spots on your lawn, if you have weak areas, if you have these crazy spots, you really got to push that lawn, and you got to do it during the heat of the summer, or at least the end of summer when temperatures are 90s and 80s. You can't do this in cool weather. You can't do this, you know, when it's coming off winter, and you really can't do it in the late fall when temperatures are falling. So now is the time to start this process where you can really push that lawn, hit it with water, hit it with nutrients. Let me go ahead and I'll just show you what we did today on as far as the cutting goes. Anyways, the first thing I'm going to do today, and I recommend this if you come out and want to get a real mowing done early. So real mowers don't like a lot of water. You can see the lawn. The lawn looks pretty darn good right now. So I'm taking my leveling rake and I'm just going across, and all I'm doing is knocking this dew off so it dries a little bit faster. So after looking at this yard and treating this yard, let me tell you what I think happened and some of the causes and some of the cures. Number one, this is primary, and this is Bermuda shutdown. When Bermuda gets stressed, drought, heat, just like any other grass, Bermuda will just shut down. It sort of goes into a summer dormancy, shuts off, stops the growth. It goes, and that's really what happened. That was number one. Number two, a little bit of grub damage. I think we have some grubs because the armadillos I showed you the other day, they're armadillo holes and they're digging up grubs. I didn't have a massive grub problem, but I had some. And I have treated it with a double kill, so I've done that. I don't think fungus is an issue because it's been so dry. That's not the issue. Let me show you the back. Maybe before that, let me walk over and show you Barb's. Now, she has had a lawn service, so you can see her little flag. She has a treatment company coming out. But I want you to see something. She's been letting her lawn get long, and I want you to look at all these holes. See all these holes in it? See how it's not tight? Look at them. There's just millions of these holes. And you know what that probably is? That probably is a mixture of some fungus and some grub damage. Like this over here. See that? See how we've got this green and then we got these big patches of brown? I guarantee you she's got a ton of grubs. So I think I'm going to treat her lawn for her for grubs. Lawn care companies that come out and spray typically do not treat for grubs this time of year. They're not going to do it. So I'm going to order some double kill for her and I'm going to treat her. Okay, so let me walk out back and let me show you the backyard. The backyard I think was hit the worst and most severe. And probably because we put a lot more treatments on the front than we did on the back. So there was a residual effect of all the carbon that we had put on the lawn. It really helped, I really think. Back here, we haven't done this heavy, and let me show you some of these bad spots. Okay, so if I come back over here, you're gonna say, wow, that lawn doesn't look too bad, Doc, but let's zoom in. Look at this area over here. See this? See how it's almost all brown? There's no grass there. See all these bare spots over here? Now this is more, there may be a little bit of grub damage here, but this is more of what I call Bermuda shutdown, where the warm season grass has been neglected, no water, no treatments, no anything, and it just has shut down. So, but if you look closely, we have put out fertilizer and we started watering, and look what happens. So see this? I've got little green sprouts coming out of this brown now. So it's not dead. So it's not like these areas are dead. They just shut down. They were like, I'm protecting myself, I'm shutting down, I'm not growing at all. And I've got them all over here. It's Jack walking. She has to walk down the path. She doesn't walk down grass. She's very prestigious. So I've had the Easy Go up in storage for about a year now. I was going to take this to the beach, but let me tell you what I'm going to do with it. Out at the farm we have tall fescue and a little bit of Kentucky blue. That's going out to the farm, and I'm going to start to cut that backyard with this right here. So I've been out just playing with it, making sure everything works right, and she's good to go. So when at first we need to cut that fescue out there, we'll cut it with the Easy Go. Here we're doing a reel mowing session, and it's a little bit confusing. There's a lot going on when you're running a reel mower. Not only do you have to engage the handle, you have to worry about the wheel, then you come to the end. So there's a lot to learn. So Ryan, I've been teaching him out back on sort of practice. Ryan's going to do the front and he's going to watch him, but then we're going to have him go out back and just sort of play with it more. That throws a lot of people when they're doing this is you have the engage handle, then you have the wheel handle, and then you get to the end, you're like, oh crap, I gotta stop this thing. So it becomes second nature to me and to Ryan. We're just so used to it. But for someone like John, he's like, we gotta send him out back so he can practice with this and get used to the feeling of that. So now what I have Ryan doing is, I told Ryan, I said, talk to him about the intricacies of cutting this lawn, where what we do is we actually go around the bricks and then come around the bricks and we make 2 lanes so that we can turn around in here. But this is not looking bad considering where we were last month on this lawn. That is not too shabby. I did do the edging before anything else, but I'm pretty happy with that. That is pretty good right there. That is a great recovery
from a lawn that was looking like crap. Oh, what? A month ago? Very good.
I'm not going to complain about that recovery right there. So everything's cut. We went out back. We were doing some weed eating. We were doing a bunch of different stuff out back. But, man, I'm just so happy that this is recovered. It looks really, really good. So the next thing I'm going to do is, let me show you what I'm going to do next. I've got it cut, and we have a chance this week of thunderstorms coming by in the evenings. We've been having some real nice thunderstorms, not super heavy. So in a few minutes, I'll be putting out Green Shocker, which is all fast release. This is the super fine 712 instant release fertilizer. And then Dirt Booster. And Dirt Booster, of course, is the organic and has humichar, organic matter, good microbes, and good mycorrhizal fungi. So I'll be putting both of these out, and I'll be doing these two probably every week for the next 3 or 4 weeks, and that's all I'm doing. Now, I did get in today, some Yukon Bermuda grass from Outside Pride, and I will probably do a very light overseeding on the back with some of this. Next week, hit subscribe, that little red button, and because we're going to do a core aeration, a scarifying, and put down some seed. So anyways, if you got a weak lawn, you got brown patches, understand about grubs, and understand that if you're going to push your lawn real heavy, you've got to do that in the warm season. You got to do it while that heat's here. Oh, birdie. Anyways, hope that's helped. Talk to you later. Doc.